Hi everyone, welcome to the second of the Creative New Zealand Optimised Desk series videos for 2018. I'm Vicky Allpress-Hill from the Audience Connection. In this series, I'm helping you to understand some of the important digital channel metrics for you to be tracking. In this episode, we're going to focus on Facebook. According to a Hootsuite report released this year, 73% of New Zealanders now have a Facebook account, and it's certainly well in use by New Zealand arts organisations and artists. We often get asked, what should I be tracking in Facebook? As with many online analytics tools, it's easy to get very overwhelmed by the data. Today, I'm going to suggest 5 simple Facebook metrics that will help you get started. Just a few important points first. Firstly, in order to access Facebook page insights, which is what I'm going to be showing you today, you must have a business page. Insights are not available from a personal profile. There are group insights if you have a group of 250 people or more, but those are much more limited in their focus. Secondly, today we are focusing on metrics that you can locate in your Facebook Insights dashboard. You find this in the top navigation bar of your Facebook business page. And when you first open it, it opens the overview screen, which gives you a summary of the key metrics. At top right in the screen, you'll see you have the option to export data as page data, post data, or video data into an Excel or CSV file. And once you get more confident with Facebook Insights, you're going to start to want to do this to massage and manipulate the data at a deeper level. The third thing that I did want to say is that in addition to the dashboard, you can also access individual Facebook post data through Facebook posts in your business page. So you can click on the engagement link at the bottom of the post and it opens out the post. I've just blanked out the post here, but on the right is performance data for your post, which is very useful for you. And that in the moment thing where you're in content creation and publishing mode, just to get a snapshot of what's successful and what's not. Let's start with post engagement rate. Engagement is a super important metric across all of our social media channels and activity. Each social media platform defines engagement slightly differently, but it comes down to the same thing. Actions that people took on your post that represent a real connection between your content and your audience. Examples are reactions, comments, shares, and clicks on links. Engagement is our key to unlocking those pesky social media algorithms and getting our content to our followers. Post engagement rate is described by Facebook as the number of people your post reached who then liked, comment, shared, or clicked on your post. So in other words, engagement rate is calculated as the number of engaged users on the post divided by the total reach of that post, and that's then expressed as a percentage. In your Insights dashboard, under the Post tab on the left, you will see the All Posts Published table. Now, this table is particularly useful for a number of reasons. It features all of the posts you've published in reverse chronological order with a range of data attached to them. But in particular here, it's useful to give us engagement rate. So you find that in the drop down at the top right, and you'll see engagement rate at the bottom. You click on that, and then the table converts so that you do have a column which is engagement. So how can you use this? This is really useful data for comparing performance between posts and also between post types. For example, whether they're video, photo, link to an article, that type of thing. So you can look to see what works and then you can publish more engaging content. Facebook uses an algorithm to determine where your posts show up in your fans and followers' news feeds. And the purpose of the algorithm is to surface posts that users are most likely to be interested in. When a post receives engagement, Facebook will serve it to more people because, of course, this engagement on the post implies that people are interested in the post. So this means more exposure for your posts and ultimately more visibility for your organization, your events, your work, and your art. More engagement equals higher reach. So let's talk about reach. Facebook post reach represents the number of unique people who have seen your post within their news feeds, on your page, or as shared by friends within a defined period. So when we talk about reach, there are two categories within Facebook Insights: page reach and post reach. Page reach is the number of people who viewed any content associated with your page. Post reach is the number of people who viewed an individual post. And that's what I'm referring to now. The second thing to understand Facebook reach is that it's about unique individuals, not views and impressions. Facebook reach is not counting 2 views by one person. It's counting the one person. So reach is about the who, not the how many times. Post reach is an aggregate number, gives you the number of people who had any posts from your page enter the screen. And this is what this chart is all about, which you find under the reach tab on the left. So this chart shows the number of people who had the post enter their screen, and it's by day, but it's defaulted to the previous month. But you can go up and change the date range at top right to the previous week, the previous quarter, or you can do a custom date range. And then as you mouse over when it's live, you see the post reach for each individual day. And also you can see here that if you've been using paid posts or ads, you will see the paid reach and organic reach broken out, and you can also mouse over and view an average for each period. And just another clarification, paid reach is the number of people who see your content as a result of paid promotions. Organic reach is the number of people who see your content without paid distribution. So the value of this chart is in seeing your reach over a specified date range and being able to connect that to your organization's activity. So to compare between posts, so this is aggregate data, but to compare between posts, you go back to your all posts published table and you look at the reach column, and then you can start to see, scan between posts and get a sense of what's working and what's not. You can also view reach within that individual post data from your page, and you can also export post level data into Excel or CSV if you really want to get detailed with this. So reach is an indicator of your discoverability. It's really important if you're wanting to raise your visibility or connect with potential new audiences. It becomes a particularly important metric if you are focusing on audience acquisition in an intentional way. So look at the peaks on the graph and ask yourself, how have our published posts, our marketing campaigns, our wider organizational activity, and even external events in our community impacted positively on those peaks? It's really important to understand this and then use that knowledge to improve your performance in future. So you're really starting to learn what your target audience is like, and then you can use that in post engagement data and the post reach data together to experiment and improve your performance. Another useful metric is people engaged. This refers to the number of unique Facebook users, broken out by age, gender, and location segments, who are engaging with your page. Now, when you go into the People tab, this is something you're probably familiar with. You will find a simple demographic overview of the people who liked your page, which is your fans, which is the first one on the left. But I'm interested in the tab on the right, which is people engaged. So the 4 categories here are your fans or your likes, your followers, people who you reached, which is what we just talked about, and people who have engaged in some way. Facebook calculates the last 7 days worth of people engaging with your page, and it only counts the number of unique people performing these actions. It doesn't count anyone twice. So just a little point extra about likes and follows. When someone likes a page, they are by default also following it, but then they can choose to unfollow, in which case they probably won't get most of your posts or many of your posts. And then it's possible for someone to follow a page but not like it. So that's why your followers and your likes are often a different number. And it's also why the numbers in people reached and people engaged here are different to your fans and your followers because, well, it's another difference, and it's because people who are reached and people who are engaged don't have to be fans or followers. So there's more people included in the mix here. So that's why you've got different numbers across those. So often we see arts marketers just sticking with this default screen of your fans. And that's fine, it's useful data, but it's not telling you who is really connecting with your Facebook content. Now, in some cases, we do see that the people engaged and the fans have a very similar demographic makeup, but in some cases it can be quite different. In this particular example, at the top we have the fans and at the bottom we have the people engaged, and you can see the different shape of the bar graph there. Males aged 25 to 34 are a significant portion of the fan base or the likes, yet as a proportion they're much less engaged than other segments such as males aged 18 to 24 and females 45 plus. So just think about this for a minute. Some people may have liked your Facebook page on a promise, but they may not be finding your content relevant and therefore not engaging with your posts. And with the algorithm, it's a vicious downward circle, of course. They don't engage, they don't get served content, so they don't engage. You may ultimately lose them, but at best it's a missed opportunity. It's important to know who your engaged users are. This is top-level data, sure, but it's indicative. Keep looking at it regularly so you become super familiar with it and note changes and nuances over time. Map your engaged Facebook segments to your organization's goals and target audiences. Is there a disconnect? Undertake further analysis or focus groups to sense check this data. Then you can focus some efforts on the non-engaged but most important segments. Experiment with content and create mini campaigns using organic content, paid content, and also acquisition activity to build up engagement in the segments that are important to you. And that way you can monitor changes and outcomes over time with that data that you're collecting. A lesser utilized metric in Facebook Insights is actions on page. So this refers to the number of actions users took on your page, defined by Facebook as get directions clicks, website clicks, phone number clicks, and action button clicks. You'll find this under the Actions on Page tab on the left-hand menu in Insights. The first three are self-explanatory. The fourth, action button clicks, refers to the optional editable call to action or CTA button that you can add to your page. For your information, when you have the option to add this to your page, you get a number of sub-options, anything from contact us to watch video, sign up, donate, or more. And it's these that are being recorded in the action button clicks metric. Further down this page, you can drill into each of these actions and segment them by age and gender, country, city, and device. But do be warned, these particular reports seem to be a bit quirky if you don't have a lot of data. So this is a report not often used by New Zealand arts marketers, but I am bringing it to your attention primarily because we need to think about two important things: conversion and the audience journey. I think this report reminds us, or I like that this report reminds us, that our Facebook channel is likely only one part of an ecosystem of digital channels and also in-person touch points, and that our audiences are on a journey to do something. We need to be clear about the purpose of our Facebook page and what its primary roles are in this ecosystem and in this audience journey. So if you want your Facebook page, for example, to play a role in converting people to attendance, ticket sales, donations, or purchases, then you need to be thinking about how to build up those clicks, conversion clicks, from the posts and this action button in your page, and these other action buttons like website clicks, phone number clicks, etc. So these button clicks become very important in this context. So what I suggest you do is to create some real audience journey scenarios for your audiences and your potential audiences. So for example, a person wants to keep in touch with arts events in New Plymouth and occasionally attend with friends, and another needs to get tickets quickly and now. And how much these various journeys translate into your digital channels, and where does your Facebook page sit in there? So then once you've done that, set some benchmarks and targets that fit with this. So if Facebook's really important for getting people to the event pages on your website, then set a target for website clicks and calls to action from event-related posts that send people to the website. Then you can put yourself in your audience's shoes and try these scenarios and journeys out, getting your team and perhaps volunteers to help you. How easy and attractive is it for people to take that step in the journey from your Facebook page? And that gives you the evidence and the data and the feedback to optimize the call to actions in your page and posts. As you get more confident and curious, you can start to use other analytics tools to understand the journey across multiple channels. For example, using Google tracking links to see what your Facebook users do once they've actually landed on your website. So the last metric I'm going to talk to you about today is 10-second video views. I'm talking about those videos you upload directly to Facebook. We all know how important video is to a content strategy across all digital channels, and how much higher our engagement can be when a post includes video. So it's really important to track them. It's very easy to get excited about the number of video views overall, but in order to understand engagement, you need to delve a little bit deeper. You want to be able to figure out how to get more quality views on your videos. So 10-second video views are the number of times your video played for at least 10 seconds or for nearly its total length if it's shorter than 10 seconds. During a single instance of a video playing, Facebook, by the way, will exclude any time replaying the video. So there are many measures of video engagement which you can start to explore as you get more familiar, but this is a great starting point. It's important to pick one and use it as a means of comparing video performance between your videos. 10-second video views tell you whether your audience is actually hanging around or bouncing after the first few seconds. So you find these under videos. In here you find all your published videos sorted by highest performing in the videos tab for that date range. So it defaults to the last 7 days. You can change the date range again to a number of presets and also set a custom date range. And within this top videos list, you can then expand out each video. I've just made this video a bit private, so you don't know who it is, but this shows you the video is sort of on the left, and on the right is the performance for that video. And there are 3 tabs: video, post, and shares. So within that video tab, you'll see that you can see the 10-second video views as well as the 3-second video views. Your 10-second video views are likely to be a considerably smaller number than the 3-second video views. If it's not great, it means you're getting great engagement already. But if so, it's probably because videos autoplay in people's news feeds unless they've switched off that functionality deliberately. So you may get 628 views, but only 229 have stayed as far as 10 seconds, which is what this means. You can click on 10-second video views and go one level deeper, and this gives you interesting things like how many had sound on and how many had sound off. So this metric is indicating how well you've achieved the goal of creating a video that is engaging enough to persuade visitors or viewers to stay around beyond the first few seconds that they see in autoplay. There's some important data as well from Facebook and Nielsen, which shows that 75% of the value of a video campaign is achieved within the first 10 seconds. So it is an important metric. I think with online metrics, it's helpful to pick a few that you watch regularly. So you want to have those numbers in your head so that any quick snapshot view gives you an immediate sense of whether you're overperforming or underperforming. And this is a good metric to get familiar with. So you can compare performance from video to video and find out what's working. And where the gap between 3 seconds and 10 seconds is higher than average, take an honest look at the experience of watching the video. How can your video intros be stronger? What video formats could you try? Could the video length make a difference? You then know your benchmark and you can track improvements over time. So following and tracking just these 5 metrics alone will help you to better understand your Facebook page and post performance and your audience's behavior on Facebook. Start with these, and as I said, build your confidence and your curiosity over time and start to delve deeper when you feel ready to. So thanks very much for joining me. Please share this video with your colleagues who are new to tracking Facebook metrics, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you.